Hello, Mrparka here to review a new one that just was released recently called I Lived. And obviously it's the new wave of internet kind of horror, technological and internet horror that's been going around, stuff like The Den and Unfriended, which I haven't had a chance to see. But for a while, the past, decade or so, we've seen a lot of internet technological horror things going on. And, it's obviously, referencing the culture of today. So people can relate to it currently. Essentially what we have here, this is actually the director of the Maniac remake, produced by Aja, which is what really piqued my interest in this, and I'm sure it piqued a lot of people's interest in this. I've talked to most people, they seem to really like the Maniac remake. And it surprised them. There's a couple that dislike it, of course, that's with anything. I'm a big fan of that film, and I think that people going into this expected a lot because of that. Looking at Internet Movie Database, it has 4.1 out of 10. I think that's a little unfair. Personally, I think the movie is fairly solid. But essentially what we have here is, a low and down nerdy kind of geek who does internet reviews. I can relate to that. And essentially he's graduated from a great college and he can't find a job. So he finds this new app, I Lived. Look at it backwards, guys. Troll 2 there. Oh, Neilblog. Think of that. That's kind of funny how this is. So essentially what he does is he starts this app and it starts helping him get things that he wants. Doesn't read the user agreement. So it's an old story, a very, very old story done a million times. Faust, thousands upon things done like this. Devil's Advocate, stuff like that. But it has a new, modern day twist to it. So what we have here is, a lot of the camera angles that incorporate, webcams and different weird angles and things like that, which has become a staple, almost a part of horror movies nowadays. Even if the movie is not a found footage or something like that, it ends up incorporating these weird camera angles from like security cameras. That's just in almost everything. It doesn't have, the night vision, which I was surprised it didn't have. But essentially, I think the lead actor is pretty good. The character himself is not that likable, kind of a, I don't personally find him a likable kind of guy. Of course, he's doing things, to benefit himself and other people that he's close to. But the film has, some of the kind of generic scares where you see the guy in the background, but those are done fairly well and things like that. I was kind of happy with the opening. When you start to notice something's wrong, the first thing, there's a sex scene, and he has sex with this woman, and she's a beautiful woman, and then they're laying down, and she goes behind him, and she reaches a hand, touches his face, and for a second you see these old, wrinkly hands. I thought that was a really nice touch, and I don't think a lot of people probably caught that. All in all, I think the movie is decent, solid, probably mid-tier, and it's well made, and I think that because who it came from, I think people expected this, this gory slasher film. You do see some, like, a Maniac print in the back with the lady getting her scalped. You see a little shout out to his other film. But yeah, I don't think it's a horrible movie. I think it's, a technological horror film. It's with a, selling your soul kind of twist. Don't gorehounds don't peek out here. It does kind of get a little repetitive and start to repeat itself. He signs on the app, he signs out of the app, bad things happen, he signs into the app, especially with his father, because he has a lot of bad things in his life. His mother's dying of cancer and things like that. So it's up and down for him, and you guys kind of see where this movie's going to go. It can go two ways, and it goes one of those ways for sure. The ending does have a bit of good special effect at the very, very ending, but it is nothing you guys haven't seen before, but it does have a new twist to it. Not the best movie ever made, but definitely something interesting. And if you like those kind of soul struggle things, then check this one out. This is I Lived by the director of the Maniac remake. Let me see if I can say his name. Was it Frank Calforn or Calforn? I'm terrible with names. You guys know that. But check it out. It just came out, I believe, last Tuesday. So I'll put the date when it came out. Mrparka, have a good one.
I'm just not ready to move on, alright?
After the way she treated you?
I never knew if I was truly in love.
You can't afford that place, dude. You don't have a job.
You spend all your time online playing with gadgets and video games.
And I'm reviewing apps because I can make tons of money on YouTube.
You know what, man? For a smart guy, you're also pretty naive.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of J-Time.
In this episode, I'm gonna review a self-help app. You just input your goal in life and the app sends you missions to accomplish it. You also have to film yourself with your device as you perform each mission.
Let the experiments begin.
I'm not talking about relationships, dude. I'm talking about getting that scent back on you.
What scent?
The scent?
Of the ladies.
I bet you're a kamikaze girl.
Hey, hang on, mate.
How would you like to have your own show on a site that has over 8 million viewers worldwide?
This has been J-Tech signing off for Techer TV.
I mean, look at that face. Is that not the face of technology? You can trust this face.
Beautiful face.
You got the job. Not because of some stupid app. Are you done with that?
Yeah, I am.
Mr. Luis! Mr. Luis!
I sign on, do what it tells me, and all this great stuff starts happening.
What did you think this was gonna be, really?
And the second I sign off, everything goes away. Where's Mom?
She's in a coma.
You signed a contract, you made a deal.
I never read it.
They never do.
I know what a user agreement is.
You didn't sign your soul away on your iPhone.
This thing is real.
I don't know what this thing's doing to your head, but it's not responsible for what's happening in life. You are.
You know, there are no shortcuts in life. Sometimes you just have to put the work in.
1, 2.
You work for me now.
Thank God I found this thing, because I'm ready to finally start living.